A casino floor manager just broke rank and revealed something shocking. There are 10 specific slot machines programmed to drain your bankroll faster than any others in the casino. These aren't random bad luck machines. They're mathematically designed money pits that ex-employees avoid like the plague. We'll show you exactly which popular slots to walk past, why their flashy features are actually warning signs, and how casinos use your favorite childhood memories against you. The machine taking the #1 spot, it's probably your favorite, and that's exactly why it's destroying your chances of winning. Machine number 8, Lightning Link. This one's particularly sinister because the hold and spin feature feels like you're in control. Former slot technicians reveal that Lightning Link machines typically run at 86% to 88% RTP. But here's what makes them worse. That hold and spin bonus you're chasing? It triggers roughly once every 75 to 90 spins. But most bonuses pay between 10 and 30 times your bet. So you're spending $150 at $2 per spin to win back maybe $40. The mini and minor jackpots flash constantly on screen, creating what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement. You'll hit the mini for $15, you'll occasionally grab the minor for $75. But the major and grand? Former employees estimate they hit less than 1% of the time. What really hooks players is the collection illusion. When you're in that hold and spin feature, every fireball that lands feels like progress toward filling the screen. Your brain thinks you're building something, but former technicians confirm those near misses where symbols land just outside the grid are deliberately programmed. The animation shows you almost winning, keeping you engaged through psychological manipulation. One documented case involved a retiree who tracked his Lightning Link sessions for 6 months. He triggered hold and spin 287 times. His total major or grand jackpots, 0. His net loss exceeded $10,000. The most deceptive part? He still believed he was due for a big hit. But wait until you hear how Dragon Link takes this formula and makes it even worse for everyday players. Machine number 7, Dragon Link. Dragon Link looks identical to Lightning Link, so players assume they work the same. They don't. Former casino executives explain that Dragon Link was specifically engineered for high-limit rooms, but got pushed to regular floors because of its popularity. The problem? It's still programmed for whales, not regular players. Here's the brutal math. Dragon Link's RTP ranges from 85 to 95%, but that higher percentage only kicks in at max bet, typically $25 to $50 per spin. Bet anything less, and you're stuck at the bottom of that range. Casino data shows players betting under $5 face an effective RTP around 85%. The hold and spin feature requires 6 symbols to trigger instead of Lightning Link's 5. That means you're waiting 100 to 120 spins between bonuses at lower bets. At $3 per spin, you're investing over $300 for each bonus opportunity that usually pays back less than $100. Former pit bosses report a phenomenon they call the Dragon Link Desert. Players at minimum bet can go 300 to 400 spins without any significant feature. One tracked session showed a player spinning 523 times before hitting hold and spin, which then paid just 18 times their bet. The psychological toll of waiting that long breaks most players' discipline. Industry insiders say Dragon Link generates 40% more revenue per machine than Lightning Link, entirely from small bettors who don't realize the game literally punishes them for not betting big. Speaking of punishment, number 6 takes your childhood memories and weaponizes them against your wallet. Machine number 6, Monopoly slots. Everyone loves Monopoly, which is exactly the problem. Former casino employees reveal that Monopoly slots carry some of the worst RTPs in any casino, typically 84 to 87%. Why so low? Licensing fees. Hasbro gets paid every single spin, and that money comes straight out of your potential returns. The bonus rounds look generous with their board game features and property collecting. But statistical analysis shows the average Monopoly bonus pays just 25 to 40 times your bet after requiring 80 to 100 spins to trigger. You're spending $200 to win back $75, and the animated Mr. Monopoly makes you feel good about it. What really bothers former technicians is the psychological manipulation. The game constantly shows you landing on Boardwalk or Park Place during regular play, making you think you're building towards something. You're not. Those property symbols during base play mean absolutely nothing. They're just animations designed to create false progress. One documented incident involved a couple who spent their anniversary playing Monopoly slots because they played the board game on their first date. 6 hours later, they'd triggered the bonus board 7 times with a combined payout less than $500 on over $3,000 wagered. They left thinking they almost broke even because the cheerful animations masked their losses. Former casino behavioral specialists reveal why Monopoly slots are so dangerous. It's something called cognitive ease. Your brain uses less energy processing familiar images. Mr. Monopoly, the colorful properties, the railroad symbols, they all bypass your critical thinking because your brain categorizes them as safe childhood memories. When your brain is in this relaxed state, you make worse financial decisions. Studies show people bet 40% more when surrounded by nostalgic imagery. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for impulse control, literally takes a break when you see familiar, comforting symbols. Casino designers know this. They specifically choose childhood games and TV shows from the 1980s and 90s because that's when today's casino demographic was young. You're not playing slots, you're paying to feel 8 years old. Again, and that emotional regression costs thousands. But if you think that's manipulative, wait until you see how number 5 uses ancient Chinese superstition to empty modern wallets. Machine number 5, 88 fortunes. That gold pot picking bonus feels completely random, but former slot programmers confirm it's anything but. The 88 fortunes algorithm triggers the pot feature approximately once every 150 spins at full gold symbols. But here's the trick. Playing all gold symbols costs 88 credits instead of 8. You're betting 11 times more for only marginally better bonus odds. Casino analytics show 88 fortunes runs between 88 and 92% RTP, but only at maximum gold symbols. Drop down and you're looking at 85% or worse. Yet most players max out the gold thinking they're improving their chances. They're just betting more on the same bad odds. The 4 progressive jackpots create an illusion of opportunity. The mini hits every 30 minutes or so, paying $10 to $15. But former employees track the grand jackpot frequency at their casinos. Average time between hits, over 2 months. Average amount wagered on that machine during those 2 months, 6 figures. The number 8 theme isn't just decoration, it's weaponized psychology. In Chinese culture, 8 means prosperity. Former casino managers report that 88 fortunes generates 45% more play from Asian customers than non-themed slots. One heartbreaking case involved a grandmother who played exclusively 88 fortunes for 3 years, convinced the lucky numbers would deliver. Her family later discovered she'd lost her entire retirement savings. The gold pot bonus that seems overdue, it resets its probability after every trigger. Mathematics doesn't have memory. But there's something even more sinister about our next machine. Machine number 4, Cleopatra. This Egyptian queen has been robbing players blind since 1975, and casinos have quietly made her even greedier. Former slot technicians reveal that original Cleopatra machines ran at 95% RTP in the 1990s. Today's versions, down to 86 to 88% on average. Casinos deliberately tighten them because players trust the familiar name. The free spins bonus with its 3x multiplier sounds generous until you understand the math. It triggers approximately once every 120 spins. Average payout, about 35 times your bet. So at $3 per spin, you're spending over $350 to win back around $100. And that's when you actually hit the bonus. What makes Cleopatra particularly deceptive is reputation laundering. Older players remember when it actually paid decent. They tell stories about big wins from decades ago, not realizing the game has fundamentally changed. Casino managers count on this nostalgia. They position Cleopatra machines in high visibility areas, specifically to attract experienced players who trust the name. Former employees report watching players go 300 to 400 spins without triggering anything, still convinced the machine they remember will return. One pit boss tracked Cleopatra performance across his floor for a month. These machines kept nearly 14% of all money wagered, almost double what they held in the 1990s. The scarab symbols that used to mean something, now they're just decoration. The generous game you remember doesn't exist anymore. But at least Cleopatra doesn't pretend to be entertainment like our number 3 machine. Machine number 3, The Walking Dead. This machine costs more to develop than most slots generate in a year. And guess who pays for those production values? You do. Former casino executives confirmed The Walking Dead slots run at 85 to 87% RTP, among the worst for any modern video slot. AMC takes their licensing cut, and your winning chances evaporate. The immersive bonus rounds with zombie shooting and character selection feel like you're playing a video game. That's intentional. Casino psychology reports show players stay 67% longer on entertainment slots, even while losing more money. The Walking Dead averages over 4 hours of continuous play per player, the highest session length in the industry. Here's what really happens behind those cinema-quality graphics. The base game pays virtually nothing. Former technicians report the hit frequency sits around 15%. That means 85% of your spins are complete losses. The elaborate bonus rounds that keep you playing, they trigger roughly once every 200 spins but average just 45 times your bet and payout. One documented case involved a superfan of the TV show who spent entire weekends playing. Over 6 months, he lost over $20,000. His comment to staff? At least I'm entertained while losing. That's exactly what casinos count on. The immersive experience masks the mathematical destruction of your bankroll. At this point, we need to talk about why people can't quit these machines even when they know they're losing. Former casino psychologists call it the investment trap. Once you've lost $500 on The Walking Dead, your brain refuses to accept that money is gone. It's not entertainment anymore, it's an investment that needs to pay off. This is called the sunk cost fallacy, and slots exploit it perfectly. The more you lose, the more your brain insists you're due for a win. Former employees watch this play out every single day. Players actually increase their bets after losing streaks, convinced they're building towards something. Your brain treats those losses like deposits in a savings account that must eventually pay interest. But slot machines don't have memory banks. Every spin starts at 0. Now, are you ready for another childhood memory turned into a cash extraction machine? Machine number 2, The Wizard of Oz. Those cascading reels create an illusion mathematicians call the near-miss multiplier effect. When symbols cascade and almost connect, your brain interprets progress. Former programmers confirm this is deliberately engineered. The Wizard of Oz runs at 86 to 88% RTP, but the cascading feature makes losses feel like near wins. The yellow brick road bonus everyone chases? It triggers approximately once every 175 spins. But here's the deception. Most outcomes pay less than 40 times your bet. At $2.50 per spin, you're investing over $400 to most likely win back $100 or less. The cascading reels make it feel like you're constantly close to something bigger. What former employees find particularly predatory is the pick feature during bonuses. You choose characters thinking you control the outcome. You don't. The amount is predetermined the instant the bonus triggers. Those picks are just theater. Casino testing showed players who believe they influence outcomes play over twice as long as those who understand it's predetermined. The Emerald City Progressive Jackpot creates false hope. Former technicians tracked hit rates across hundreds of machines for a year. The major progressive hit less than once per month across all machines combined. Meanwhile, those same machines processed millions in wagers. The psychological combination of nostalgia, false control, and cascading near misses creates what one former executive called the perfect extraction machine. Dorothy's journey always ends the same way, with your money gone. Before we reveal the absolute worst slot machine in any casino, you need to understand something critical. Every machine we've covered so far at least pretends to give you a fighting chance. They have legitimate bonus rounds, real jackpots, actual winning sessions possible. But this final machine, former employees call it the perfect storm of bad odds. It combines the worst RTP legally allowed, the most expensive licensing fees in the industry, and a psychological manipulation technique so effective it should be illegal. It takes everything bad about the previous 9 machines and amplifies it. The machine that sits at number 1 generates more revenue per square foot than any other slot, and there's a sinister reason why. Machine number 1, the Simpsons slot. Here it is. The absolute worst slot machine former casino employees unanimously avoid. The Simpsons runs at an abysmal 84 to 86% RTP, the lowest legal limit in most jurisdictions. Fox charges massive licensing fees, and every spin feeds Hollywood instead of your potential winnings. The machine bombards you with 47 different bonus features: Homer's Donut Dash, Bart's Skateboard Challenge, Mr. Burns' Money Mountain. Former technicians reveal something shocking. All 47 bonuses use the same payout table, just dressed in different animations. Average payout across all bonuses? Just 28 times your bet, the worst average of any major branded slot. But here's the truly sinister part. The Simpsons uses loss disguised as wins at the highest rate in the industry. You bet $5, win 2, and the machine celebrates like you hit a jackpot. Lights, sounds, character animations. Your brain registers victory while your balance drops. Studies show 42% of all Simpsons slot wins are actually losses. Casino revenue reports are staggering. The Simpsons generates more per machine per day than almost any other standard slot. Former employees share one particularly tragic case. An animation student played because he loved the show. Over 2 semesters, he lost his entire student loan money, over $30,000, convinced the next bonus would save him. It never did. The cruelest psychology behind the Simpsons slot? Something former casino researchers call the winner's curse. When you do hit a decent win, your brain doesn't process it as luck. It processes it as skill. You chose the right machine. You pressed the button at the right time. You earned this. This attribution error is what brings players back. One documented study tracked players who hit $500 or larger wins. Within 3 months, 78% had given it all back to the same type of machine. They believed they'd figured something out, cracked some code, developed a system. The Simpsons slot amplifies this with its 47 bonus variations. When you finally hit a good one, you think you've learned which features pay better. You haven't. It's all the same payout table, but your brain has already written a story where you're the hero who beat the system. The Simpsons slot is mathematical proof that the house doesn't just have an edge. On this machine, it has a sledgehammer. Oh, indeed.